Hello there. This is one of the most important necklaces in our collection. All indications are that it is an authentic first-generation Haka Chin necklace with links to the Ancient Qiang, Proto-Indo-Europeans and Paleolithic Ukraine. The symbols are the links between these ancient people. These symbols could have been tattooed on bodies and clothing, and we show a unique Paleolithic mammoth ivory stamp that would have been used for this purpose. This helps to explain the persistence of this complex symbol and its huge popularity through millennia. Today it is still found everywhere around the world. In our presentations we show what we believe to be the only images of authentic ancient first-generation Burmese Haka Chin Pumtek beads. The ones that fluoresce green under shortwave UV light at 254 nanometers are made from Chinese Aral-Caryoxylon Triassic age silicified wood, approximately 225 million years old. Some experts have repeated the information that the beads are made from Borassus flabellifer, a native tree from Burma, Myanmar, and perhaps beads of other than the original first generation, which we place at 2300 BC due to material used, i.e. typology, archaeology, symbols and drilling methods, may be made from Borassus flabellifer, but cannot be classed as contemporary of the Machang phase of the Machang culture. For example, the material composition of Aral-Caryoxylon is completely different from petrified palm wood, as we demonstrate in our studies. We are extremely confident in our findings and, subject to logistics, our collection is available for study at any reputable institution. In 1930, the father of archaeology, Sir William Flinders Petrie, wrote a book entitled Decorative Patterns of the Ancient World. This work was 30 years in the planning, and we quote from this: "The value of decoration historically is due to its having no stimulus of necessity. The historic connections of design that can be traced, with due regard to place and period, give a strong presumption of a real connection between the designer. This may be due to descent, or may be a racial movement, or by trade connections. In the selection, the earliest examples are always taken, after them the most widely spread, and variants which may be found elsewhere. Also any unusually late examples. In our study, we have done our best to follow this guidance from a giant amongst archaeologists. Many have stated that we stand on the shoulders of such men. At first, it was curiosity that led us to look for the earliest examples of the symbols of the beads and bronze pieces. Gradually, it developed into an epic journey. Whilst we produce in our study multiple examples of these symbols on pottery, jade, bronze, etc. from many cultures, we believe that the bulk of our beads date from the Machang culture circa 2300 BC, which, amongst many more indicators, is why we theorize the beads and bronze belt pieces take their inspiration from this time. The bronze pieces could possibly date from the Xia dynasty timescale, early to middle of the 2nd millennium BC. The presence of these symbols, which we trace from Upper Paleolithic Ukraine, circa 18,000 BC, through Anatolia, then eastwards and westwards, reached ancient China and the British Isles by 3000 BC. The definitive test for an authentic first-generation Pumtek bead is its ability to show fluorescence under shortwave UVC light 254 nanometers. However, this does not exclude many other beads that are definitely of the same age. Other factors come into play, such as surface and hole wear, drilling methods, etc. This detailed examination reveals the true ancient beads, for, at first sight, they could appear to be mere wooden beads. Clicking them together produces a sound similar to clicking marbles. We compared the beads with Arizona rainbow silicified wood, 225 million years old from the Triassic Age. Any partial fluorescence is due to the uranium distribution as the tree began its petrification process following volcanic activity. This is why most beads that do fluoresce also show partial fluorescence. Geiger counter tests of our beads show very low levels due to only trace amounts of uranium absorbed, and we have produced many examples in our study. We have published a complete history of Pumtek beads and their symbols following 9 years of research, although we actually bought the beads 30 years ago directly from the Haka Chin. And this contains 1,000 pages, including 2,000 photos. It is free, 10-volume publication, and it concludes the beads were made in ancient China from 225 years old, million years old Triassic Age silicified wood, and the oldest beads do in fact date from 2300 BC during the Machang phase of the Machang culture. Links for our study are in the description. Thank you very much. Look out for the next video.